Hi Kupo, and welcome to my
Game.
I've been playing video games my whole life, but up until I believe 2016, I actually started collecting video games. At the time, it was soon after I had just broken up with the band that I was performing with, and I kind of had a lot of free time and wanted to get into collecting or do something with the time that I had. And I got back into video games. I think I bought a Super Nintendo, and it just kind of started from that. And then I got an NES and an Atari 2600, which I don't have anymore. But it just kind of kicked off to collecting video games. So the first thing I want to show you guys is how I'm able to hook up all of these systems to one TV. And that is my 8-port video audio switcher. So what I do is when you purchase this, it comes with a cord, an AV cord, and then what I do with that cord is, and I plug it in, I don't know if you guys can see, but I have it back here, is my AV to HDMI converter. And what I use is the Amazon Akale. And after that's hooked up, I'm able to, look, for example, for the Nintendo, is plug in that AV cord directly to the switcher then to my TV. And then for whatever game I want to play, like I have notes right here. Number 1 is NES, 2 is SNES, and so on. So whatever game I want to play, I power it on and then switch it, and then it goes right on my TV. So of course I'll start off with the Nintendo, just regular Nintendo. One thing about this one, I forgot when I bought it, but the pins were all old, so I have actually opened the system up and put new pins on it, and ever since it's been very kind to me. I got 2 controllers, but I got the regular standard controller. Right here I have a Sega Genesis controller, and that's for my Genesis Classic. I've tried over the years multiple times to collect for Sega, but I don't really have a nostalgia. There's no nostalgia there. I don't really play much Sega Genesis. We'll go over here to the N64. Can't have an N64 without Mario 64. I don't know how many times I've beaten this before. I have the purple. I also have the classic, not gold, gray with the Rumble Pack. I have the memory pack, which 256 kilobytes does not sound like anything nowadays, but I don't even know how many games. Like, you could probably save the whole library on this thing. I do have the booster pack, which is if you want to play Majora's Mask or Donkey Kong 64, you're going to need that. And below that, I have the Super Slim PS3. When it came to the PS3 and the Xbox 360, it's kind of a generation I missed out on, because that was when I forgot what year they came out, but I was in high school and I was focusing more on school, girls, or just friends in general, so I just kind of stopped playing games for this generation. But I do say the PS3 has to be my least favorite of the PlayStations. I do want to get a fat console just to put it up here or somewhere, but that's what I got for now. Over here I got the OG Xbox. This thing is a monster. I've never owned an OG Xbox before until I was able to afford it. And of course I got this massive Duke controller. For some reason I prefer this over the slimmer one, because it's just more original, more classic. Just above that I have the Xbox 360 with an internal hard drive. I forgot how many gigs it is, but I got my black controller. I do favor the 360 over the PS3. I just think it's a better system overall, better controller, and I just have a better experience with the 360. And then right next to that, I have a Dreamcast. I do remember actually owning a Dreamcast when it came out. We didn't have too many games for it. Code Veronica, Sonic Adventure, Crazy Taxi, Mortal Kombat Gold. This is actually not hooked up to the 8-port. I ran out of spots for it. I'm maybe thinking about just picking up a HDMI converter and hook it straight to the TV. But I'm actually, when it comes to all the Sega stuff, the Dreamcast is one I'm really interested in. And to the left of that, I have my GameCube. I love GameCube. I wish I had more games for it. But is there a game in here I have already? Nemesis. When the remake came out, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before, but it was okay. It was really frustrating, but I'm like, I want to play the original 3 to kind of refresh my memory, and I much prefer the original 3. I need a way better memory card. I think this is like 8 blocks of saves, but it ain't nothing. Over here, the Super Nintendo with Final Fantasy 3. I absolutely love this game. I don't know how many hours I have into it, but I really need to get around to beating it. I am very close to beating it though, but that's kind of on my to-do list. And of course, the classic standard Super Nintendo controller. Super Nintendo was actually the first system I've ever owned and remember owning. I remember renting Donkey Kong Country and Mario Kart and Super Mario World, and I absolutely love the Super Nintendo. It's probably one of my favorite consoles ever, but I do think my favorite console has to be the OG PlayStation. There's so many games on here that I absolutely love. The classic controller. I do want to get the dual shot controller, but you can't go wrong with this one. What game do I have in here? Of course, Final Fantasy. I've never really played 9. 7 is my absolute favorite game. 8 is pretty good. I haven't really played 9, so that's in there for whenever I do decide to play 9. Of course, got your memory cards. I don't remember what I have on here, but it's probably most of the games that I have on my shelf. Down here is the original PS2. I should flip that. There you go. That should be I don't know if that became a thing, but that's cool. Anyway, PS2. So many memories on the PS2. I believe it's the greatest selling console ever. And then, of course, I have the previous gen. I have my Project Scorpio Xbox One. I don't have this hooked up. It's really just here for looks. Like I said, the Sega Genesis Mini, the PS4 Pro, my personal wand that I've gotten from the Wizarding World. This one collected me. It's not no characters. It is mine. Right above the TV, I got my Keyblade that I only use for emergencies. And then for those super crazy emergencies, I have my Kylo Ren lightsaber that I got from Galaxy's Edge. Absolutely love this thing. All right, so for my games, we'll start off with the NES. I have Disneyland. I can't really see it. Adventures from the Magic Kingdom. That's kind of what I've been using to get up when I want to go to Disneyland or miss Disneyland. Batman. Haven't beat it. Battletoads. Haven't beat it. I don't know anyone that has personally. That game is freaking hard. But Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout. You could beat that in 20, 30 minutes. Castlevania. You have to have Castlevania in your Nintendo collection. I love those games. Dr. Mario is fun. Double Dragon. Of course, Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 3 that actually didn't come out in the US. I got this from Etsy. I believe that's the website. You can find ports, and that's where I got this one. Final Fantasy, of course, I have the original box, and I'll actually show you guys what's in it. It comes with the map of the world, along with a handbook that kind of gives you, kind of hold your hand into the game to kind of get you an idea of how to play it and where to go. Just kind of give you a sum up, and then it finally just throws you into the world and says good luck. Raid 2020. This is an NES game for those who aren't familiar with Nintendo games. This one was created by Color Dreams, which made unlicensed Nintendo games. My brother actually gave me this. It's kind of been a Christmas tradition for every year he buys me a game that's absolutely terrible. And this past Christmas, this was one of them, especially it being 2020. I have Doom. I absolutely love Doom. Probably one of the coolest things that I have. And up here, I got my power armor that I've gotten for the special edition for Fallout 76. And of course, right next to it, I have Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. I have beaten Fallout 1. It's a very good game. I love that game. The stories that are told in this game, I love. They're deep and they're dark, which I really like. I have heard that Fallout 2 is better. I've heard a lot of people saying that Fallout 2 is the best one in the series, and I just haven't gotten around to actually playing and beating it. And right below the NES, of course, I have the SNES. I have the original Castlevania Dracula X, along with an original Earthbound. I do have the original box, the strategy guide. I don't know where I put it, somewhere on my shelf, But of Earthbound, I love this game. I've never got around to beating it, but it's such a odd game that I absolutely love. And then I also have the box to Final Fantasy 3 and A Link to the Past. Both games come with a map, and I do have them complete with also the instructions. I'll go ahead and show you guys that. Over here, I have the instruction manual to Secret of Mana. I probably only put 30 minutes into Secret of Mana, but I really like it. It's a really good RPG. With the Super Game Boy with Link's Awakening, that's a very good game. Also good, came out with a good remake. Right here I have the Detective Pikachu booster packs. I opened one, and I doubt it'll be any money, but I haven't opened one. I got Sour Patch, gotta move out of the way. A Conan Iron Man, which we won at one Comic-Con. During the commercial, it was a giveaway. We entered it and we won. Batman Forever, game sucks. Castlevania 4, really fun. Cool Spot, I remember renting this a lot. Aladdin, I could beat this in 20 minutes. It's very easy. Donkey Kong Country, Diddy Kong's Quest, gotta have Doom. Jungle Book, NBA Jam, Secret of Mana, Speed Racer, that game's awful. Super Battleship, that game's awful. Mario Kart, you gotta have Mario Kart. Mario World, Super Mario RPG, that game used to scare the heck out of me when I was little. Very good game, I need to finish it. Super Metroid, Super Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Tetris 2, Toy Story, which I don't know I've beaten it recently, but I remember beating that as a kid, and from playing it now, that game's hard. I don't know how I beat it. And of course, I got my OG Game Boy right here, along with a couple games that I haven't really played. Oh, since I have this here, this game is awesome. I haven't beaten it because my Game Boy Advance broke, so I need to get back to this, along with a Link amiibo. And this is probably, I don't know how many times I say it, but this is probably my favorite thing that I have in this room and that I just own in general. I remember when Deathly Hallows Part 2 finally came out on Blu-ray, there was a commercial that advertised this, and it was advertising a 30-disc deluxe epic Harry Potter collection, and I had to own it. And I got it, and I've loved it ever since. I've watched every second of every Blu-ray, DVD, disc. I've seen everything that's on here. I love this thing. And just real quick, since I'm talking about it, an interesting story is, I believe in 2016, I got laid off of my job. So I've sold off a bunch of my things, like my drum set I've sold, and then I ended up selling this to pay for my car and rent and stuff like that, and it broke my heart. And fast forward to Christmas, and it just being out of my life and just wishing I need to get another one. My family got together and rebought this for me for Christmas, and I remember just crying just because I absolutely love this thing. And then right next to it, I have a Jill Valentine statue that came with the deluxe edition of Resident Evil 3. And right behind that, I have my original Star Wars trilogy, the VHSs. This is what I had and how I watched Star Wars growing up. It comes with, obviously, the New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. I would really like to rewatch these again. I just don't own a VHS player. But there's no way I'm giving this up because I just remember it watching these exact tapes when I was a kid. And right next to that, I have the Skywalker saga, which came out, I believe, last year. And in here it has all 9 movies with a cool booklet, a signed letter from Mark Hamill, and then just a couple cool artwork. And under that, I have my 64 games with these awesome stickers that actually let me know what game it is, because for some reason they didn't put the titles on top like every other one, except for this one and these ones right here. I know one of them is, I have another copy of Ocarina of Time. I think I have another Mortal Kombat 4 and NFL Blitz, but for some reason I can't find those stickers along with the Polaroid camera. Over here I have a copy of when Peter Parker and Mary Jane got married, and one thing that is significant about this specific issue is when my wife and I got married. I forgot what the term is called, but the book that everyone signs who went to the wedding, we actually used this issue. It's actually kind of fading now, but when you open it, there's a bunch of signatures and stories and comments about the panels. So that's one thing that's really cool. Then over here I have some boxes, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. All of these are complete and have manuals. Same with Shadows of the Empire. Super Mario 64, I would like to get not really a launch one, but a regular red box one like this, because this one's a player's choice. So it's not really as valuable or rare, because obviously they made a gajillion of just these games in general, but I would like a regular red box one. And then below that, I have some Game Boy, well, just one Game Boy case. This is a custom made case. It has the original manual in it. This case isn't original, but the manual is, along with the game that was inside it. Some 3DS games. My wife played more 3DS than I did. GameCube, Gun, Wind Waker, Metroid Prime. I don't recall beating any of these recently. Gun was pretty cool. I need to beat Wind Waker. I need to beat Metroid Prime. I absolutely love NHL Hits. It's just a hilarious game. I love playing it. It's real fast-paced. The music is awesome. Resident Evil 0, 1, and 3. Not a big fan of Resident Evil 0. 1 is a pretty good remake. 3 is just a remaster. 4 is a classic game. I love that game. It's not my favorite. I do think it's overrated, but you can't go wrong. You have to have Resident Evil 4 along with Tony Hawk. I don't think it works. I need to get another one. And then I do have a statue of, I don't know his name, so forgive me. He is from Dark Souls 2. He came with the collector's edition. Right behind him, I have some game cereals. Minecraft, haven't opened it. I did buy another one. So the cereal is actually pretty good. I can't really compare it to anything, but it just tastes like a regular cinnamon cereal. And then, of course, I have the Super Mario cereal. This one just tasted like Lucky Charms. This one isn't open, but when this came out, we bought another one. It tastes just like Lucky Charms. Get out of the way. We have Switch games. I do have a lot of Switch. I probably have more Switch games. No, I take that back. PS4 games I have a lot more of. But Animal Crossing, Atari, Bloodstained, Doom, Final Fantasy, Just Dance, some Legend of Zeldas. I love the Switch. It's very convenient. And on the right side of my TV, I have Doom 2, which is complete. Comes with the floppy disk, the manual, and some booklets, along with Fallout Tactics. I think I've played Tactics for 15 minutes and couldn't get into it. But from what I've seen or read, it's kind of a hit or miss. Maybe I'll get back into it. And then I have my Sonic statue for Sonic Mania that comes with the big ring. The statue does say Sega on it. And that wristband, it was for the benefit concert for Chester Bennington. And then I have my PS1 games. The top ones is Tony Hawk 1 and 2. Gotta have your Castlevania, Crash Bandicoot, Driver, Duke Nukem, all my Final Fantasy games. I need Final Fantasy Chronicles. I believe that comes with 4, and then Chrono Trigger, which is a game I would like to own the original for Super Nintendo, but that's going to have to do for now. Sorcerer's Stone, I need to beat. Metal Gear Solid is an amazing game I need to beat. Monopoly, Resident Evil 2 and 3, along with the first one. I absolutely had to have the long box. Comes with the manual. And then Silent Hill, Spider-Man, Siphon Filter. I remember playing Siphon Filter all the time when it came out. And then got my Luigi, and then a Pip-Boy that came with the collector's edition for Fallout 4. And then now to PS2, I got Off-Road Fury 3. I don't think the game is in here. But anyway, my brothers and I would play this constantly. The soundtrack is awesome. I think it has Slipknot and Korn on it. The Bigs, Bully, Burnout Revenge, Castlevania, Enter the Matrix. I want to get the Path of Neo. I think that game is better in my opinion. Final Fantasy 10, 10, 2, 12, Grand Theft Autos, along with the San Andreas. I don't know if it's collector's or collector's edition, but I believe it has a DVD on it. Kingdom Hearts, Max Payne, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Probably my favorite out of the ones that came out on the PS2. I don't really like Deception. My Atari 5200 controller. I did have the actual system, but if you guys are familiar with the 5200, these controllers are considered the worst controllers ever made because they're faulty. But I just cut the wire off and I just kept the controller. I sold the system like years ago, but I wanted to keep a controller. And then over here, you got my personal Taylor Swift signature. Me and her went on a couple dates, kind of gave her, kind of sweet talked her, and I got her signature. But, you know, that's kind of, I don't care if you guys believe me or not, that actually happened. We got the original Witcher, which I played some of. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Doom 3, Morrowind. This game is absolute trash. I would play it just for if you hate yourself, or if you just want a good laugh. Brotherhood of Steel. It's a Fallout game. It's hilarious. Halo, Max Payne. I love Max Payne. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sneak King, which is a game I came across. I'm like, I need to have it. And then Knights of the Old Republic, very good game. I need to beat it. I do have Mortal Kombat 3 on the Genesis, even though I don't have one. It was a game my brother bought me, and I just thought I'd keep it because I'm a big fan of the Mortal Kombat franchise. Oh, and going back to the PS2, I don't think I've showed this, but I have Ultimate Doom, which has the 4th episode, Thy Flesh Consumed. That's just freaking hard, so one day I'll beat it. Red Dead Revolver, I have the Resident Evil Essentials that comes with Code Veronica 4 and Outbreak. I'd really like Outbreak. Silent Hill 4, I need to get the 2 and 3. I do know 2 and 3. I really like 2. Wasn't a big fan of 3, but 4 I really love. It's really scary. I do know that it's available some online, so you can play it. I'd highly recommend it. Spider-Man 2, Stuntman, I hate so much. This game has cursed me my whole life. If you guys know, I mean, it's hard, but as a kid, I don't know. I can't really explain it. Look it up. This game sucks, in my opinion. Pro Skater 4, Underground, and then some wrestling games. And then below that, PS3. I don't have a lot of PS3 games. Like I said earlier, PS3 and 360 were kind of generations that I skipped out on. And then I have my Xbox One controller. I kind of put it up here because I'm using the Xbox Series X controller, which I like better. And then my wife has her own controller. But Sonic the Hedgehog, probably my favorite game that I have. Can't even say that with a straight face. Game sucks. But just like with Brotherhood of Steel, if you hate yourself or if you want a good laugh, I'd recommend you play it. Resident Evil 5 and 6, not too big on. Love Red Dead Redemption. And then Final Fantasy 3 and the Fallouts. And then Castlevania Lord of Shadow. And then I have a God of War statue that came with the collector's edition of the game, along with a Coke from Galaxy's Edge. I don't know. When I saw these, I had to have it, so I just have it on my shelf. And then, like I was saying earlier, my brother, tradition of giving me terrible games, A Town with No Name. I recommend looking up this game on YouTube. This game is hilariously awful, which is why I love having it. I will never be able to play it because you could only play it on the CD, TV, multimedia. But yeah, look this game up. This game sucks. 360, Burnout Paradise, Dark Souls. I have some Elder Scrolls, more Fallout copies. Gears of War, Halo 3, Portal, the Orange Box. I mainly have that for Portal. I love that game. Portal 2, another copy of Red Dead, and then Splatterhouse. Splatterhouse I didn't really care for. And real quick, here's my PS4 games. I know I talked about it, these games, in my top 10 PS4 video. So if you guys want me to talk further about these games, you can go ahead and look that up. And then also with my Xbox One games, if you want to hear more about what I think about these games, go ahead and look out my top 10 Xbox One games. So that just about does it with my gaming collection. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing what I had to show you and kind of telling you about what I have in my game room. I know it's been in the background kind of in most of my videos, but considering that I can't really play too much video games at the moment, that I would just kind of show you what I kind of have in my bag, kind of. I don't know why I said that, but with that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. KupoCola signing off.